there has been lot of confusion regarding the new closing system followed by Indian markets known as CAS. This has started from 3rd of August 2026. Now, CAS means closing auction session. Now, how does that impact you? Whether it impacts you or not, we will try to find out everything in detail in this session. Now, first, let me give you very important things. So, we have two kinds of stocks in the market. One are F&O stocks, which are eligible for F&O trading, and other are non-F&O stocks, where no F&O trading happens. So, as far as non-F&O stocks are concerned, there is no change at all. No change in timing, no change in closing prices, nothing as of now. In future, they might also get included in CAS. So, closing option session is applicable only for F&O stocks, right? Welcome to another video by the Option School. This is your friend Pradeep Singla. In this channel, we talk about hedge safe option trading strategies which are able to generate good profits for all of us. You can join our YouTube WhatsApp community. Link is given in the description. We give you a pre-market report every day morning. Now, if I come to the stocks which are traded in F&O, in those stocks there are two kinds of trading happening. One is cash trading in those F&O stocks, and other is F&O trading in those F&O stocks. Now, as far as future and option trading is concerned, again, there is a very small change. There will be a continuous trading session right from morning up to 3:40. Earlier, it was at 3:30. So, something interesting is happening from 3:30 to 3:40. Why that 10 minutes extra window is given to trade F&O portion of stocks as well as index. Now, what happens to cash trading of stocks which are there in F&O? Practically, their price will close at 3:15. So, whatever is the price of those stocks in cash market, we are saying. In future and options, nothing will change at 3:15. For F&O stocks in cash market, their price is going to freeze at 3:15. So, 3:15 to 3:30 window is a closing option session in which bids can be placed, and based on whatever bids are placed by buyers and sellers, there will be a final discovery of price which roughly comes at around 328. Now, if I give you an example, so suppose you have Reliance stocks which you are holding, and Reliance has closed at 1300 rupees at 3:15. Now, you want to sell this Reliance stocks, let us say at 1330. So, what you can do, you can place your bid at the price of 1330 for all your Reliance stocks, or whatever quantity you want to sell. Maybe you want to sell 10 stocks, 20 stocks, 2000 stocks, whatever. You can place a bid at 1330, and at around 328, when the equilibrium price, when the auction session price will be revealed, it might so happen that okay, it is at 1330 or it is at 1332. All your shares will be getting sold at 1332. Even if you have placed a selling price at 1325, but the closing option session has given Reliance final price at 1332, you will get 1332. This is part one. Suppose you have placed an order at 1335 and the closing auction session has revealed the price as 1330. Then your shares will not be sold. You are continuing with your shares. For better reach and visibility, I'll request all of you to please click on the like button and subscribe to the channel. Your likes and subscriptions are very valuable to us. They act as a big motivation tool for us. Thanks in advance. Secondly, suppose you are a buyer and at 3:15 you see the Reliance price is 1300 rupees, but you want to buy these shares, let us say at around 1275. So you can place your bid at 1275 to buy the Reliance shares. Suppose after closing auction session at around 328, the final revealed price after the auction for Reliance is, let us say, 1270. Since you have placed your order at 1275, you will get your stocks at 1270. In case you have placed your order at 1275, but the option price final closure is 1276, you will not get any stocks. So ultimately, in this last 5-10 minutes, what market is trying to do, it is seeing all the bids of sellers and buyers and trying to find out an equilibrium price where maximum matching can happen. Maximum matching is where most of the sellers and buyers trades get executed. Now, in this, there are a lot of interesting things. Now, suppose I am giving an example in Reliance itself. Suppose there are 1000 shares which sellers want to sell at around, let us say, 1320, and there are 2000 buyers who want to buy above 1320. Not everybody will get at 1320. Even if you have placed your order at 1325 and sellers are ready to pay at 1320 and equilibrium price is 1320, you will not get all the shares because sellers are selling only 1000 shares. There are buyers which want 2000 quantity. So now what will happen? The buyer who has given a bid of higher price will be given a priority. So somebody who has given a bid for 1330, let us say he has 800 shares bid for buying, he will be given shares, but the price he will be charged will be 1320. That is very interesting. Now you will say, okay, only 800 shares have won. What about the balance 200 shares? Now they will come to the second bidder. Let us say second best bidder is 1325. Now at 1325, there can be bidders who are asking for, let us say, 2000 shares. But shares available now in the system are only 200. Only 200 shares are to be sold. So to whom those 200 shares will be given? The person who has placed his bid earlier. So if somebody has placed his bid at 326 and somebody has placed his bid at 327, the person who has placed his bid at 326 will be given only 200 shares, even if his bid was for 500 shares. Only those people who want to do lot of intraday and they're waiting till 325, 326 to sell their purchase position or to buy their sold positions, this can be slightly tricky. So for them, it is better to close their positions by 314, 315 because auction based price can be much different from the price what we are seeing at 315. Same thing is happening in Nifty. Now Nifty is made up of 50 stocks. Now Nifty spot will close at 315 based on whatever is the price of its 50 stocks. Now there will be auction happening for next 10-12 minutes at around 328. There will be the final revealed price after the auction. Based on that, Nifty spot will also change. So initially for few days we have seen that okay, Nifty spot suddenly surged by 100 points, 200 points, and there was a huge difference between where was Nifty at 315 and where was Nifty at 330. But during this session of 315 to 330, options will continue to trade. They will not be stopped. But only problem is that okay, between 315 to 330, you do not know where is the spot and you do not know where the spot will open. Spot is the base of all futures and options. Now, this makes it slightly difficult on expiry day for traders who want to do a lot of expiry trades. As we have seen last Tuesday, at 315 market was at a very lower level and thinking that okay, market is somewhere close to 24,565, maybe option seller might have sold 24,500 call or 24,550 call. But point to be noted is even at 315, 24,550 call was at a solid price of 30-40 rupees. That definitely signal that okay, market can definitely go to 550. And ultimately when the spot opened after this auction, it opened somewhere close to 24,615. So all the traders who were having sold call of 24,500, 24,550 and even 24,600 definitely got a damage. So on expiry day, it is very, very important that okay, you close all your intraday positions before 315 because otherwise from 315 to 328, there can be a very big move in the market in either direction. And hence whatever low premium calls or puts you're holding for that expiry day, they can become really dangerous if you're a seller. If you're a buyer, it is more of a hero zero trade. If you have purchased something worth 10 rupees, it can definitely become 15, 16 rupees, but do not expect that okay, something worth 10 rupees will become 100 rupees. So why this 10 minutes window from 330 to 340? What will happen now at 330, all the F&O stocks spot price will freeze. It will close. Now after 330, you cannot trade in cash in any stocks. Even in F&O stocks, you cannot trade in cash. From 330 to 340, there is a 10 minutes window which is available only for future and options of index and future and options of F&O stocks. This 10 minutes window is given so that if there are any stuck up positions, the trader gets a window to unwind his position or close his position at whatever is his profit and loss. Earlier it was that okay, at 330 the cash market will also close, the F&O market will also close, and suddenly if you are stuck up in a position, you have no window to close your F&O position also. Now somebody asked a very interesting question that okay, on expiry day, which is Tuesday for Nifty, is it possible that okay, at 331 I will sell some calls and puts of that same expiry, but at 330 you know where the market spot is going to expire. So what it is seen that okay, at 330 or at 331 on expiry day for same day expiry, most of the positions will lose their value completely. Hardly 10 paisa, 5 paisa will be left in any OTM positions or maybe even in ATM positions. But yes, you can definitely trade in this window of 330 to 340 for next expiry or monthly expiry or next monthly expiry. And now for 10 minutes, whatever is happening, there is no change in the intrinsic value. Everything is happening for basically time value. Now suppose at 330 market is at 24,500 and 24,400 call is trading, let us say, at 150. Now at 330, this has 100 rupees intrinsic value and 50 rupees time value. Now in next 10 minutes of trading, let us say this call closes at 175 rupees. Now spot is already closed at 24,500. The 24,400 call has fixed intrinsic value of 100 rupees. Now its price is 175, means now its time value has increased by 25 rupees. From 50 rupees, it has become 75 rupees. So how can you benefit from it? So one of the ways of taking the benefit, now they have said that, okay, in cash, the price cannot change by more than plus minus 3%. So one of the ways is, suppose the Reliance price at 315 is 1300, you can always place a 2.5% or 2% less than 1300 is 1274. You can always place some orders of 1274 during this option process. And in case by chance the equilibrium price comes below that, you will get your stock. So this can be a way of collecting some long-term stocks at a slightly lower price. Similarly, if you are already holding some stocks and you want to sell it at a slightly higher price, let us say Reliance, we are holding price at 315 is 1300 and you want to sell it at, let us say, 1325. So you can place your order at 1325 or 1326. In case equilibrium price comes to 1325, you will get 25 rupees extra in that last 15 minutes window. But these things will happen definitely in the initial days, but slowly and steadily market will definitely adjust to these things. And at 315, most of us will now start knowing that, okay, what is going to be the equilibrium price based on whatever bids are collected in the system. There was huge volatility, there was huge difference in the pricing for first 1 or 2 days, but slowly we are experiencing that, okay, these things are settling and there is not much of a gap between 315 and 330 closing. This gap will further reduce down. Only precaution is keep your F&O positions closed at 340, especially on expiry days. If you have those expiry positions, if you have expiry day positions, if they are of other expiry, it hardly matters. Even if market moves by 30-40 points up and down, I don't think it will be a big few days from now, because every big institute or every big trader or every trader will definitely adjust to this CAS system. So nothing to worry about. Problem is with people who are doing a lot of expiry day trading and they are selling calls and puts worth 2 rupees, 3 rupees. For them, those 2-3 rupees become zero generally at around 328, 329. For them, they have to close their positions at 315 because they do not know a 2 rupee position can definitely become 7-8 rupees. I do not expect a scenario where 2 rupees position at 315 will become 100 rupees at 330. I don't think so. And the other problem is that, okay, for the same expiry, whatever happens has happened, they will not get any time to change the position because there will be no premium at 330. Only thing they could have done is that, okay, whatever loss they have done at 330, in that expiry position, they can be rolled over to another expiry position. That is still possible. You can still do that from 330 to 340. So not very, you can say, as it is made to look like as a very bad change. Nothing like that has happened. We are now trying to follow some global standards in the closing price discovery of stocks, and it might be done for non-F&O stocks also very soon, depending upon the success of whatever has happened so far. Yes, initial hiccups were there for 2-3 days or maybe for another 1 or 2 weeks, but after that things will settle down. So especially it will affect people who are more into cash trading, and after 315 they have to be a little bit cautious. Second, it will affect people who are more into 0DT expiry trades. They also need to be very careful at 315 on expiry day. Otherwise, for positional traders, for traders who are holding positions in F&O cash stocks or non-F&O cash stocks, I don't think there is anything to worry at all. In fact, now you can buy or sell your stocks at a slightly better price. It can be 0.5%, it can be 2% also, by taking advantage of this CAS system. Hope I am able to give you some clarity on this, but there might be many questions still in your mind. Feel free to write your questions in the comment section. We will try to find out answers to each and every question and try to reply. It's a new system and slowly all of us will adapt to this new system. So nothing to worry. We have 3 courses: iron counter, iron fly, double current spread. We have very clearly shown you entry, exit, and how to lock your profits. So instead of guesswork. Let us work with full authority in these markets. If you want to enroll for any of these courses, feel free to contact us on the numbers given on the screen. In addition to that, we are giving you some more deeper knowledge in our membership videos. There is a silver membership, Toss Insights and Toss Premium. If you're really a serious option trader, you can join these memberships and reap the benefits. I am leaving you with another interesting video. You will definitely like it. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. See you in the next video. Thank you.